welcome back to Sanctum Stitching, where modern meets vintage. This is episode number 15. I'm Fawn.
I'm Marianne.
And I'm Shawn.
And we are, once again, I say this every single week, we are so excited to have you back with us. We have a lot to cover, so hopefully we'll be pretty speedy about it. Seems Fritz is going to join us. And
yes.
Yeah, so let's jump right in with what are we celebrating this week? Shawn, what are you doing?
I am celebrating the fact that we have a lot of rain. We just received a lot of rain today, so I'm grateful for that. And just to hear all of the rain and the windows and stuff, I'm waking up to that. So that's what I'm celebrating today.
I am celebrating that we finally got a new trash can, which our trash can broke maybe a month ago. Just the lid, it's supposed to click it pops up, and it doesn't pop up anymore. So that's been really annoying for us. I know first world problems, but like also really annoying. And we have been to probably 4 stores looking for a trash can that is a normal size and does not cost $80. And I was finally about to order it on Amazon, but I felt really weird, like having a trash can shipped to my home. I don't know, that just seemed different to me, and I couldn't do it. So we kept looking. We finally found a trash can. And I also wanted to celebrate that my beautiful, beautiful best friend, Marianne, she has started a painting business called Splattered Lines. And I got this piece in from her Heartbeat collection. And so I just wanted to give her a shout out, celebrate her. It's got gold on the side, which is really cool. If you're interested in following any of her work, she has Splattered Lines on both Facebook and Instagram. I'll tag it below. But yeah, I just thought this was beautiful and I was so excited to get it. So that is my celebration. Trash can and art.
Well, I did order a trash can online a couple of years ago. It's one of those, I don't know, it's supposed to be easy. You know, you step on it and the lid pops up. And turned out it was bigger than the one we had and heavy to pick up, but it got delivered to, all right, Roscoe. Oh, God. All right, everybody's here. I don't know if you can hear Fritzy playing over there. He's got one of his toys that the ball goes round and round and round, and he loves that thing. So I hope it won't interfere too much. Here, Roscoe, say hello to folks. There you
Hi,
go.
Roscoe.
There you go. I am thankful for my friend Jill and I were able to get together this week. Wednesday, we decided to go to McDonald's. Each of us would drive through and, get our breakfast and then meet at the botanical garden. And she had checked with the ranger. We didn't have to wear our mask as long as we were practicing social distancing, even walking around. Since you're outside, she said, no, we didn't have to wear them there unless we got near somebody, and then we were to put them on. But we have not seen each other, like I said, since March 5th when we went out to celebrate Joe's birthday. So I should have known. Jill is all about presentation. She is the expert. Now, Jill, I'm giving you credit here. She'll watch this. So she is the expert on it. And when I got there, I just looked, I said, I should have known. There was a tablecloth on the picnic table. She had paper plates that sit in little white plastic rings that hold them down and make them look nicer. She had bottled water for us. She had fruit compotes for each of us, fresh pineapple and strawberries and blueberries. She had wipes there and stuff. And then we each had brought our coffee and whatever we were going to eat from McDonald's. So I don't know how long we sat at the picnic table. There were people wandering around. There were some children playing in the new area they have there for kids at the botanical garden there in what used to be the shade garden. And we left finally at 11:30 that morning. Even though we talked to each other on the phone or text, we still spent 2.5 hours and walked around, went into the herb garden and things like that. And I'll give a shout out to my Zonta club that I used to be in. Our Zonta club sponsored the garden there that's the sensory garden. It's where there's a statue with a lady with birds and such, nun with birds. And we sponsored the starting of that garden. I think it was back in the maybe the 1950s or early 70s. The plaque is a little hard to read, but Zonta Club of Toledo, I'll give a shout out for them. So it's nice that the plaque is still there, and we were instrumental in getting that sensory garden for people that can't see as well. They can touch the flowers and smell them, and oh, it was full of lavender and things like that. It's just a beautiful day. So that's what I'm thankful for.
Yeah, we went to the botanical garden maybe last week, and it's so beautiful.
We watched all different kinds of lilies and all. Like I said, we also went to the sensory garden, and I was just really grateful to have that intake of all those smells and stuff. So I'm really happy that you were able to kind of be
Thank you.
You know,
yeah, it's so close to where we all live. You know, Joe and I used to live just right a block from it. And so we could walk over there, and boy, when they had the Crosby Arts Festival, that was really something. You know, we could just wander over. We didn't have to take the car.
Yeah, it's hard to go when you have to park.
Yeah. But it was something to be really grateful for. It really was.
Awesome.
So there we go.
So you said you have a new start?
I do. I thought, now y'all be proud of me on this for starting something. Phone's been waiting for me to start something. I bought this, well, there goes Wasca. I bought this several years ago, the booklet. It's by Blackbird Designs. It's Honeybee Hill by Blackbird Designs, and I enjoy those. If I'm doing county cross stitch, they are something I like to do, and it's a sewing box.
Yeah,
so
I love
the picture, and it says Farah Bee's experience of Clover's End of Noon. So this is how much I got done. I'm doing it on 30 count weeks linen parchment, but I started it last night about 10 o'clock trying to piece it off.
So you start for today.
Yes. There are 30 little holes here, you know, between each of these pins. Wow. And so I was getting the center, and so there you go. It will hopefully, I can work on that, and I did work on, that's my new start. So I should have a horn or something to wave when I do something like that. And then I did work on my Frank Lloyd Wright, but y'all are probably getting tired of seeing. I'm going to have to bring another piece in. That's something I've been working on for years. I've only been working on that for years.
I don't have any new starts. Shawn almost had a new start, but we ran out of time.
Almost.
But we'll talk about that later, because we're still trying to kit it up a little bit.
Right.
Okay.
So this week I worked on Cloudsfactory Grimm's Fairy Tale again, because you know me, I wanted to finish before August 1st came.
Right.
So I have there you go, the fishing man, the throne, the letters. The letters I stitched a little bit too low, but you also know me, I'm not going to rip it out because it's fine. It's not harming anything.
No, it looks fine.
You have the whole piece. It's not even a big deal.
Very,
so we're getting there.
You are. Well, I've got to go online and get my August one, and maybe I'll get that started too, because I really like the fabric and such, and the colors I think are cheerful. Yeah.
It's super pretty. I'm going to share what August is. So if you are doing this pattern and you haven't looked yet and you don't want to know, then cover your ears for a minute.
Cover your eyes and your ears.
Exactly. So August is Cinderella.
Ooh.
Where is it? Or no, not Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty.
Sleeping Beauty. Okay.
And so we have Sleeping Beauty, we have the cat on her and the prince, and it's going to go in the lower corner. And you can see, Shawn and I really talked about this chart. I'm like, hi.
It's showing what?
Exactly. So there's really not that much left in 2020.
Okay.
We're getting there.
We're so close.
This chart is really telling us we're getting through it.
Oh, I see. That chart shows you just where the piece is. It's not the pattern itself. Okay.
Yep. So August, and I think we go here, and then to
Okay. Cool.
we're getting.
You're getting there. You're getting there.
Then I also worked on 2 other pieces this week. So I went back to my From Nancy's Needle canvas.
Mhm.
And so last time, I want to say, I don't remember if it was just this blue, if I had this border or not. I know this part of the border is definitely new because this was the last couple days, but we're really starting to get there.
Yeah. That's beautiful.
Yeah, I've figured out that I love canvas, and I'm thinking Catherine had really encouraged me that cross-stitch patterns can be converted to canvas.
Mhm.
And so I think I really want to try to do that one day, because there's so many, I feel like a lot of the canvas patterns are very blocky, whereas a lot of the cross-stitch patterns aren't full coverage. So if you get a colored canvas or something, then you can really fill it in. And then there's so many cross-stitch pieces that are so cute, and I want to stitch them, but I want to stitch on canvas. So we'll figure it out. I'll become a master at that, and then the whole cross-stitch world will open up to me with canvas.
Right. Well, and there's a lot of stitches involved in canvas work too. And I just saw where Diane Herman, you know, who did the Walking the Water's Edge, is going to be doing a class for EGA. An online class, I think I saw it on her about doing some canvas work. And I thought of you and me. I mean, I know how to do it some, but it might be fun to do. I have to look at we have to go on the EGA website to see. You have to be a member of EGA. Sorry, y'all. But it's kind of cute. And yeah, you can join EGA. You can join our guild. We'll still take members.
Yeah. If it's
but it
lava,
like a neat picture. I'm sorry.
the lava piece that she's been talking about.
No. It's a canvas work where it's doing a lot of different stitches, and it looks more like something in California or something like that. It's a correspondence class, I believe. Not a group. It may be an online individual thing. That's what it is. I maybe shouldn't have brought it up unless I was more certain. But anyway, I'll go out and look.
I'm going to look it up today.
I will too. But she posted it on She posted on Facebook about that. So yeah.
Yeah, because I'm waiting for her lava course to come out. So it's supposed to be the companion piece to Walking the Water's Edge, and I just like the colors in it. So hopefully she finishes it soon and we can get it.
Yeah. Take that class.
Yep. And then the last thing I worked on was the Memories of Chaos 4th Circle Studio Sabrina piece. I have 2 borders done, which is its own. Right? Yeah. And I have the start of a 3rd border. So
nice.
You've seen the inside of this one, but I finally finished the border. I started and finished the second one so I could count to this one. And this is Salem, and there'll be a corresponding piece of this exact same one on this side. And then I started the border for the Hilda piece, which I showed before and I really want to get to.
Yeah.
So we're starting to get there. And I really like the brown is starting to really show up.
It is. And I was thinking, you're so right. You had thought about maybe not putting the frames or the borders around them, but it makes it pop so much better.
Yeah.
That looks really good with its phone.
Thanks. Yeah, I like it a lot. The next one will come out next Saturday. So maybe I could get this one done, and then, because it'll be over here. Okay. So then I can work the other way.
Okay.
Very diligent on all the stitches and just been very thorough. So I know she's ready to get a little bit more of that done.
Yeah. Some back stitching too. There's a lot of back stitching that goes along the edge here and it's supposed to come out from the corners. But I figured I might wait until the end. I did it on this one, but I don't want it to get messed up, especially with the key snaps. They're so tight.
Yeah.
So I think I'll wait and then just make everything pop at the end.
Very good. Very good.
Those are my whips. Now, did you say you were going to show a different whip?
No,
Your new start. Okay, perfect.
I need to
That's what I
start
thought.
with-
Wait, I don't know.
I've got so many whips going that I don't think we want to look at all of them. I've got too many.
So then it means it's your turn.
Oh dear.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell your story.
All right. So I've been busy with work lately, so I really haven't had that much time to stitch in my free time, anyways. But so before coming on, before committing to this again, my wife was like, "Why don't you show your piece?" I'm like, "But it's not finished yet." And she's like, "Well, it
None
doesn't
of my
have to."
stuff's finished.
She said, "It doesn't
Right.
have to finish." But I'm such a perfectionist, and I really want every stitch to be just so that I have had to stitch and rip everything out and stitch and rip everything out. And
When it looks perfectly fine.
well,
Yes.
so I've been working on this for about a month now. I'm not sure if you were aware of the owl that I had shown. It was that little kitted project. Sorry, there's a little bit of glare
That's
there.
good.
Yeah, so that's the actual design pattern. And so when she told me that I was going to come on today, I was like, I got to get a little bit done. So I worked last night for about 3 hours and got everything all stitched up, but then I had to tear everything out again. And then I fell asleep on the couch stitching.
Then when I woke up this morning, he didn't get any farther than when I went to bed last night because he ripped it all out.
So,
Oh no.
so I had a mini panic attack this morning. I'm like, I have to get a couple of rows done. I have to get a couple of rows done. Otherwise, I'm just going to feel bad about myself. So anyways, it's not done yet, but I do have most of the body done. I don't know if you remember, I had just the ear parts on. So this is what I have done of that project thus far. You can see the ear and the stitching. I had stitched all of the blue circles wrong. They were a little bit off-centered on the bottom. And so I had to take all of that out. And then I got as far as down to here with all the green.
Ouch.
And, but, so I had to rip out probably about 4 rows last night. And I was just so downtrodden, but I think it's turning out really well. I'm really starting to, like I said, I went from 14 count to 8 or 28 count with this. And at first I had such a terrible time, but now it's just like cake work.
Oh, I told you.
So another edition of the wife told you so, Shawn. But anyways, I think I'm really pleased with the color, the switching and stuff like that. It's definitely better than I thought it was going to be. So yeah. Hopefully next time I can finally finish a FFO. So or show one of so.
Yeah, and we found this really cool way we're gonna finish it, which I'm gonna keep it a secret because it is so cool.
It is.
But I can't wait to finish that. And the second he is done, I'm gonna go finish it, and then wait for Sunday.
Right. And something that like I really need to like between like all the men that out there that are like really handily about their project. This used to be very rough, and now it is just so soft because I would always grip it, and yeah. So that's something that
Yeah, he like claws onto it like it's gonna run away from him.
yeah. So like that owl's gonna fly away, and
Right.
so yeah.
I love that owl. I love that owl. Yeah.
So that's what I have for my.
Yeah. So then Shawn and I know Marianne said she didn't get anything this week, but Shawn and I got some stuff that we ordered a while ago that finally came in. So we'll show that next. And did you want to show what you're going to work on next? Because you're getting a new start today.
Yes, I am going to finally start a new project today that I've been looking and thinking about for a very long time. And if you can see the design, there are the robins that are very vocal towards each other. Sorry, there's all that glare. But that is what I'm going to be starting on.
That's Valerie Piper Trios called Sitting Pretty.
Yes.
Okay.
Nope.
So this morning we got the floss all together, which we had almost all of it, which is pretty cool. And now we ran out of time for this video, but we have to do a floss toss. And so we've got a bunch of blues we're gonna try out. I'm so thrown off, my camera's on the different side. Bunch of blues, some browns, and just kind of, this one's a little more modeled, and just kind of see what works. But yeah, so that's kind of fun. I just went to the stash and I was like, what's blue? What's brown? That's 14 count. So it'll be kind of easier for him. So I can sort of get a break from the 28 count on the L. And hopefully he'll start that today and we don't spend all our time playing a video game instead. But you know, it's Sunday. It's fine. So then what finally came in for us was Color and Cotton. And so we're in 2 clubs. Both are 32 count Belfast. And this is the July 2020. I think this is the bright color. It's called Macaroon. That seems good on the screen.
I would say so.
That's pretty.
Yeah, so I really like that. It's not something I think I would ever pick out if I went to the store, but now that I have it, I'm like, ooh, we could find something for that. And then the other color is called, also 32 count, called Requiem. I know I totally butchered that saying. And it's like a nice, lightly mottled gray.
Spell it for me.
Requiem.
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 I was like, I know that's not how you say it.
Did you take any languages in school?
I took Spanish until 10th grade in high school when I didn't have to anymore.
Oh,
and
okay.
in college, I took the Spanish culture course instead of the Spanish. So
I was just asking because I took French in high school and Spanish in high school. And then in college, I took 4 years of Latin.
Wow.
So, you know, or 2 years or something like that, and a little bit of Greek. But the Latin is the basic one that can get you into being able to recognize or pronounce things. And then, of course, Southerners, we say some things differently anyway. But, you know, the lady teaching French in St. Louis said she had never taught French to a Southerner before, so she wasn't used to my accent maybe making it sound a little different. So.
And then I won a giveaway from Melanie of Yarns and Threads on YouTube. So she has a Flosstube and she sent me this beautiful card.
Oh, lovely.
And this giant chunk of fabric. And I'm going to open it up because I'm just like, thank you, Melanie. I'm not sure if you watch our channel, but if you do, I am so excited because this is massive.
Good Lord.
Like, I feel like
that's over a yard. That's over a yard.
It's huge.
It's a yard. Yeah.
I want to say it's 28 count by looking at it, but it might be 32. It's huge. Like you could do a couple of hook run hollows on this piece.
Could do a lot on there. I mean, I'm just saying that's like a yard or more of fabric. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. For sure. It's huge.
Whoa.
And I was thinking maybe I would try dyeing it because that would be cool. I wanted to try dyeing fabric. But also, as she said, there's so many people that do beautiful dye works and I could purchase from them and spend my energy working on a piece or charting something up, you know? And so we'll see. I think it'd be nice to try, but I don't want to get sucked into now I want to make project bags and I want to dye fabric and I want to stitch and I want to make my own designs and you know what I mean? So gonna have I'm worn out already. What is that, a linen or is it a linen or a even weave or? I want to say it's whatever the Zygert brand is. Zygert has the orange.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't really know how to tell this stuff apart yet.
Well, Zygert does Ada and they do linen and they do other things too, but she probably sent you a linen if it's 32 count or something.
Yeah, I'm not sure. The fabric kind of looks like Ada, where you can see the 3 lines on top and the 3 lines on bottom, but it's a small count. So I don't, because how far does Ada go? Just 18?
You know, I don't know. You keep showing something else you've got and I'll look that up.
Because it seems a lot smaller than 18 count, but it looks like Ada. So I don't really know.
Fabric count. Let's see. You can have, Ada goes 10, 12, 14, 16, and 18 cross stitch in Ada. Yeah, that's the, oh, and they do go as high as, 28. The higher the number, the smaller the stitches will be because there are more stitches in each inch. But yes, the most common counts in Ada are 11, 14, 18, and 28.
Yeah, I'll have to actually get a ruler out and count it because I mean when I go to use it, because that'll be
well. She told you what it was, didn't she?
She might have said in her video. I don't remember. Oh. It's not in the card though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I have to go back and look, or just count it.
Well, that's okay. I was just curious. I'm assuming. Yeah, it looks really nice. Whatever it is.
So once again, that was from Melanie at Yarns, the letter N, Friends. Okay. So go take a look at her Flosstube. She's got some really interesting stuff. Her daughter's starting to come on with her now, which is fun.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, no
Go
problem.
ahead. I'm sorry.
That's really nice that it's not just you get to see her work, but sort of you get to see a younger person's work as well, which is really cool. Because I always like seeing like the mother-daughter duos and then how different their work is, but then where they have the similarities. So go check her out.
Sitting in the dark. It was getting dark in here, so I wanted to turn the other light on. I felt like, mustn't you look like you're in the dark there?
Yeah,
so,
it's really, you know, it's been
very
raining for like
today.
2.5 days. Yeah. Which I don't mind. We had grilled cheese and tomato soup last night because whenever it rains and it's a little cold, we're like, oh, gotta get that.
Yeah.
But the trick we did was I added goat cheese. So it was goat cheese kind of spread on and mozzarella to make it creamy. Oh,
yeah.
It's so good.
I bet it was. Joe spices it up sometimes with some sour cream or something. He'll thicken it with sour cream. Or I like to do a dab of that on top, you know.
Nice. That sounds good.
We had lamb pot pies from Zingerman's in Ann Arbor last night. We ordered those. You can only get these little pot pies or pasty-like ones that they make in January and February. So we still have 2 pork ones left, but we had the lamb last night. We ordered a lot of them this past winter. I said, we got to do double that even next year.
Yeah, well, anything from Zingerman's sort of
is good.
That's where we got married, at Zingerman's Corn.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Somebody, I'm like,
we know.
Right. You know. Yeah. You know.
So then I think what we have left is finishes and vintage. So Shawn and I have 2 finishes. You have vintage. I don't think you have a finish,
I have
right?
Vintage. Not like, yeah, right. Correct.
Right from me talking. Do you want to go over your vintage?
Sure. Joe and I, we frequent Sweet Shalom Tea Room in Sylvania, Ohio. We've been going there for a number of years, and they're doing takeout teas. So anybody that's seen my post on Instagram or on Facebook, we decided to get some good china. His mama's Haviland out. So we have the Haviland and a serving piece with gold trim from my grandmother, and my mother's sterling silver that I have part of, and had our tea. And we used one of our Hall tea pots that is a pretty pink. And we did placemats and such. And I looked at the placemats and I said, oh my goodness, I had forgotten I had bought these years ago. Well, there went one of those. And they're embroidered, of course. And these are, when you first look at them, you think it's hand embroidery, but it's very good. I don't think so. I think these were made by someone. Wow. So there's the placemat.
Oh.
And it's so got the open work. I'm sorry?
So delicate.
It is. I've got 4 of them. Oh. And it's got the open work here, you know, like the little chain stitches right there, and then more in the middle. So I've got 4 of those. So we had those on the table. And then I got out, I started digging through napkins. I didn't use those. I just used some plain white ones. No, I didn't. I used some fancy ones. Hold on just a minute. my grandmother and my mother had lots of napkins, and I started going through, and I didn't use these, but I found this one with the little embroidery at the bottom.
Oh, it's pretty.
I've only got one of those, and it's got the blue on the edge. I also, for our luncheon, I used one of these for each of us, and see the embroidery there.
Wow.
And then this is hem stitching along here, but that's like open work embroidery. So had two of those. We have several of them. My mother has I have a beautiful tablecloth and napkins that match, that are in this, what I call, there it is, I'm sorry. I got it way over here. Wedgwood blue, kind of. And my grandmother bought, I mentioned Gerber's to y'all, the department store. They had a sale on Wedgwood one year. So my grandmother, she didn't need any more china, but she went and bought all of the Wedgwood they had left after my mother had bought some of the little serving plates for me and my sister, lunch size. My grandmother went and bought what was left. So I borrowed it one Thanksgiving and never gave it back. So I have a Wedgwood teapot, coffee pot and teapot, and I have 6 place settings. But I have Mama gave me her cut work tablecloth too. And then here's an example of some more needlework on napkins. Used to be you would have, a bridge club, and ladies might have people over to play bridge, or you might have couples over in the evening or something to play bridge. Again, here's the little blue. Or you'd have a luncheon, so you have all your little napkins. Actually, I had 2 different things in the blue. You've got this that looks like the basket for flowers and such, and then just this one with the flowers. So
nice.
there you go. And then I have some that are just plain hem stitching. One's in white. Well, here's the plain hem stitching, and that's white.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just this nice little border. So that's nice if you want to use something fancier on the table. And then I have several of these in the beige with the stitching here, and it's satin stitch. And then again, this border, this the hem stitching, or open stitch, if you want to call it that. And these, I can tell, these are not all done by machine. These look to me to be all hand done. So lucky me, I have those. Then a friend of mine, and one of them just fell on the floor, one year gave me these little Teacup Coasters that are needlepoint, that are hand done.
Wow, I can just imagine Maria now, like.
Yeah.
That's different.
And then the other one's on the floor. I'll just leave it there. And then I thought, well, my grandparents got married in 1926. And this was I should have dusted it. This was one of their wedding presents.
Wow.
This teapot. It's got silver up here and on the top, and then you have it's got a little thing here that you hook not a tea bag, but one of those things that holds loose tea. And then it drops down into the inside.
Wow, that's beautiful.
So that's a 1926 version, very kind of Art Deco. And I couldn't remember if I'd ever shown the tea cozy that I made for Joe back in 2000 is the date inside. And this is all needlepoint. And the different stitches that you can do with that. And then here's the back.
Nice.
And I entered it in our show. I may put this on our virtual thing again, since anything we've entered can go on it. And it got I didn't get a ribbon. I got some nice comments, but the lady did comment. She said, well, the back, it might have looked better if it didn't have the flowers, if it had a plain backing to it. And I thought, well, that's the backing Joe picked out. So But see, that's a difference where you might be being judged or what you choose to put on something. We like it, it doesn't, and that's okay. I understood, but it's got the cording here. And I actually put all this together myself. I have in the inside there is a pretty fabric that's got a cream color to it and flowers. And I put that stuffing up there to help hold it on the teapot. And then I put my initials and the date inside. So that's one of this is a kit from England. So there you go. We've got a lot of vintage that way today.
Nice.
Wow, that was also beautiful.
I was.
Well, thank you. And I've got I now have lots of napkins. I'm going to have to use them up or give them away or something,
So then Shawn and I have 2 finishes. So the first one, this was a Cloudsfactory piece that I finished for Supernatural.
Yes.
And it's saving people hunting things, the family business, which is sort of a tagline in the show. But I flat folded it.
Good for you.
So we've got some spider web ribbon that I just happened to have because I picked it up on clearance some time ago. And then when we went to Joann's to get the project bag fabric, I found this one with the spider web, and it's got some roses in it, which is kind of hard to see. But I thought the blue would look nice with this blue. And I couldn't find instructions from Diane, so I just sort of winged it and tried to remember what I did, and it turned out good. I usually have stitched the edges, but I think I glued it good enough, and it doesn't bother us to not have it stitched. So I think I'm just it as is, but it sits perfectly. These I got straight for once, which it doesn't look like it's showing on here, but they are straight. And so I was really excited to finally get that finished because it's been sitting in to finish box for a while. Where are you? Shawn's like hiding. He's like this, trying to stay out of the screen.
He's trying to get it where you can show something and he's not right there.
So then I finished another piece, which was what Shawn stitched. And so that was really fun. I surprised him when he got home.
And I loved it. So this is the one that I had done. It was all my planet, the whole entire solar system going.
Yeah.
And if you can see it, and all of the back stitching, which took me forever for some reason. But
you hadn't backstitched before.
I hadn't backstitched
too much.
Backstitching takes a while sometimes. It really does.
Definitely know like the pressure and stuff like that was really down, and so it wasn't too taut. But the back is celestial.
Oh, cool!
Isn't that beautiful? She did a fantastic job. This is the stitch here. So, but yeah, I thought it looked fantastic. If you can go and see.
Yes.
And I believe it was a Celestial Halloween.
Yeah, so that was also from Joann's, their Halloween collection. I must have come out like right before I went because they still had a lot. But once again, I really like the way it's sitting because I must have left a little extra fabric on the top, but I actually really like it. You can see when it's sitting down, a little edge of the fabric.
Oh, that looks good. Yeah.
Yeah, so I really like that. And I think that might be the way that I continue to do them instead of being exactly flush, especially if the fabric matches really well, and just give it a little pop. Because usually, at least for us, when it's sitting, you don't see all this nice fabric because it's usually kind of against a bookshelf or a wall or whatever. So to have this little bit, I really like it. And then I had this gold ribbon. I'm still torn on if I should have faced the gold ribbon up instead of down, so when it's sitting there you can kind of see the ribbon through it, but it looks fine like this, so I guess we'll just see what happens next time.
I thought far better than everything that I was going to. I was thinking of maybe doing it like a wall piece, gonna get it framed because I didn't know what kind of border I would like on it with being matted and stuff. But
well, yeah, because we bought the fabric and then I was like, well, how do you want it finished? Like, do you want it, I was thinking like a hanging where you have this and then the two fabrics. And he was like, oh, I want it in a frame. I was like, excuse me, why did I buy this fabric if you wanted it in a frame?
Okay.
Well,
I thought she did a fantastic job. I came home and she was like, you notice anything out of the blue or out of the ordinary? I'm like,
you walked past it like 5 times.
And then I saw it. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. So It is far better than I had ever imagined it being finished. So I absolutely love the back. I think she did a fantastic job.
Yeah.
Yeah. That fabric is just perfect for it.
It really is. It really is.
So that's all we have, except we hit 250 subscribers. So thank you to all of you for subscribing to us, sharing us with your friends. Please continue to do so. And if you're new here, subscribe, hit the bell so you never miss a notification. And we wanted to give back. So we both sort of went through, well, I was supposed to go through my stash and I ran out of time once again. But Marianne managed to go through her stash.
Yeah.
And so she found something for us to give away to you. So Marianne.
Okay. It's from the Cricket collection. And it's these little snowmen.
It's
Can
so
you see
beautiful.
that? Okay.
Yep.
It's Winter Circle, designed by Vicki Hastings. And it's a vintage piece, y'all. It's from 1995. And we've got the inside here, the pattern also, it's got it where you can do leaves also. So you've got a leaf pattern as well. And I bought this from a place up near where our veterinarian's office was, or is. Our other veterinarian who retired, his wife owned a needlework shop, Kay's Collections. And so I bought it from her all those years ago. And it's from the Cross-Eyed Cricket, and it's part of a series that they had, and there's a little bit of history in there for that. But it's still got the price tag on it and the sticker, but I'm not going to take it off because it'll rip the plastic bag that it's in. But we thought we'd give this away to someone who, I don't know what phone wants them to say at the bottom or whatever.
Let's use the word snowman. So
Okay.
one word. And then we'll be able to I'll figure out what it is everybody uses. I'm totally blanking on the name of the website, but we'll use the same website everybody else uses to randomly pick a comment.
Right.
I think a couple rules we have to say are you must be 18, so you can give us your address if you win.
Right.
You must use the keyword, and we would hope that if you're going to enter that you are a subscriber of ours. I'm not going to require this time that you have a public profile so we can verify that you're a subscriber. We're just going to sort of go with, we hope you are. And if you're not and you do win, please go subscribe.
That's right. That's right.
But yeah, I know we're just so excited to hit 250. We're on our way to 500, which we're going to get there. I know we are.
Yeah.
But yeah,
what time frame should we put on it?
Oh, let's do by our next video. So you have this week to watch, and then we'll pick it probably maybe 10:30 or so next Sunday. So do you know what date that is by any chance?
Well, today is the 2nd of August, so that would be the 9th.
Okay. Oh, my parents' anniversary. So yeah. We'll do it we'll pick on August 9th in the morning, and then we'll announce in our next video.
Right.
So on that note, thank you so much for joining us. We hope you had fun watching our whips and finishes and haul and vintage. We had so much this week. And we will see you soon.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
You good?
I'm good.
Okay.
Okay.
Am I good?
You're good. You're
Oh,
good.
you're always good.